And joining us now from Philadelphia is Sergeant Michael Sarro, who was wounded during combat in Iraq. And Sergeant Sarro is a Purple Heart recipient and is too humble to admit it, but has been recommended for the Bronze Star. Sergeant, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
Sergeant, I want to know about your personal story. You were a Marine, and you were out of the Marine Corps, but then you signed back up for service, and you ended up going to Iraq. Tell us about it.
That's correct. I served with 1-7 in the U.S. Marines. My time had been up. My 4 years of service was over in late 2002. And at this point in time, we were not yet aware of the buildup that was going to be taking place in Kuwait. So my time had ended. By the time I got out, my unit had then moved off to Kuwait, prepared for the invasion. And at that point, it was time for me to find some form of unit I could join and deploy with, and it was the Pennsylvania National Guard.
And tell us about the incident in which you got so badly injured. I know your leg is in a stabilization cage holding it together, all the bones together, because there was some pretty bad shattering that happened.
That's correct. The incident itself occurred on a routine patrol in the city of Beji, which is just outside Tikrit. We were going down the main road, and about 500 meters into that patrol, 2 anti-tank mines were remote detonated under my Humvee. This took the front of the vehicle off. We crashed off the road, and at that point is when the firefight began between insurgents from the rooftops and buildings onto our position. It was approximately 25 minutes into this firefight where I was wounded. I was shot with an AK-47 through the leg, and this is pretty much how I ended up to be where I'm at right now.
And I know you're recuperating now, and you have been put in for the Bronze Star, and I know that is such an amazing honor, and you're so humble you didn't even want to talk about it, but I had to mention that. But there are 1,000 people who've been received the Bronze Star with Valor in the last 3 years. But I just don't hear about the stories of their bravery, Sergeant. And I was wondering how you felt about that. I mean, isn't it important for the American people to know these stories?
This is very important for the American people to know. These are individuals that have put themselves in such inherent danger to reach this level of an award. You have to put yourself in major danger, place your team ahead of your own life, and these are people's stories that need to be told, because these type of awards just aren't given out. Their stories are much more important to me than any car bomb or killing that goes on throughout that country. These people are due their right recognition.
And I know it's been a tough year for you of rehab and rehabilitation, but would you do it all over again?
You know I would. Marines would always do it again.
Sergeant, we're going to make sure that your story and the stories of so many in Iraq and Afghanistan are told, and we really appreciate your joining us. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for having me.